Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Manada Zafarna Ilanur, a representative from 20th grade of Science 3 major at Islamic High School 1 Cilacap. The purpose of me making this video is to join the annual event of language contest held by language major at my school. And this year, I'm being one of the participants in English storytelling competition for this event. As you see, I'm wearing a costume from one of the Disney princesses. The one with rebellions and bravery, the most tomboy one, and the one who cling firmly to her stance. Yep, it's Merida. So now, I want to tell you a story about Princess Merida. And well, for entertainment purposes, let's pretend that I am the Princess Merida. Well, hi, I am Princess Merida from Dumbraj Kingdom. I'm here to tell you a story about my life, my kingdom, my family, my fate, and obviously myself. As I said, I am a princess with no intentions to be a princess at all. Unlike the other princess, I love to do martial arts, ride a horse in hours, climb the cliffs, and do archery. Meanwhile, I have an authoritarian mother who expects me to be a perfect princess, a father that has a strange obsession to kill all the bears in this world, because one of his legs was eaten by a great bear in the past, and three little twin brothers that inhumanly naughty. So, the main plot of this story was began at a usual dinner with my family. It was a decent and peaceful dinner until a maid brought in a tray with 3 suspicious envelopes on it and gave it to my mother. I instantly felt something bad will happen. More the less when my mother and my father suddenly discussing something under their whispers and told all my brothers to go to their room. After that, my mother suddenly says that I have to be prepared. When I ask for what, you won't believe what she says. A marriage. In my entire life, I never feel like this life is mine. My mother was always controlling my schedules and commenting all my behaviors, such as, Merida, you have to do this. Merida, don't do that anymore. Merida, a princess is ought to walk like this, talks like this, eats like that, blah blah blah. And now she wanted me to marry a man I've never met. It has to be ended here. I'm almost unconscious when I hit the dinner table rudely and shout out to my mother. I've done all you wanted me to do in my entire life, and now you're finding a groom for me without my consent? Then I see her started for a while and unexpectedly says, Merida, a princess must not raise her voice against the I don't care anymore. Feels like it's just yesterday when I escaped from the castle and crying on my horse while it brought me far down the forest until I saw a flame-shaped blue light magically making a path that led me to a hut where apparently has a witch lived within. That was the light people called the wisp. A light that will bring you to her fate. To the witch, I asked her to make something that possibly changed my mother's perspective, point of view, mindset, or whatever can make her cancel the marriage. And guess what she gave me then? A cake. An enchanted cake. And I give the witch a proportional repayment. Brought it back to the castle with a big hoe. I served the cake to my mother. She looks worried because I'm back to the castle when the sun has set, but however still appreciate my cake by eating it, and she said it stinks. I'm started to worry because instead of feeling something changing her thoughts, she feels sick and dizzy and asked me to bring her to her room. Trying to make sure if the spell works, I asked her about how's her feeling about the marriage, and only got a groan as the answer. Minutes later, after we were arrived in her room, she was changed. but not mentally as I expected. She literally changed into a bear. A great black bear. Can you imagine your beloved mother changed into a bear? And it's indirectly caused by you? My mother and I was panicked, of course. After telling her all the truth, we decided to go to the witch's hut to get the spell's antidote. I also tell my mother about my intention to do this, my thought, what I wanted to do before marrying anyone, and what I want to be when I grow up. Well, I could see her anger and disappointment towards me through her eyes, but we have no time to blame anyone. With my father's strange obsessions to kill all the bears in his range, my bear mother will never be safe inside this castle. Finally, with the help of my little 3 devil brothers, we managed to get out from the castle without father's supervision. When we were arrived to the forest, the wisp wasn't a bear, no matter how I call it. But with my memory, I could find the way to the witch's hut. But she's gone. That unresponsible witch is gone. She's only leave a message that says, Princess Merida, if you're reading this, so I'm on a festival for a few days more. And in case you're here to break the spell, remember this sentence. Fate be changed. Look inside. Mend the bond. Torn by pride. And it's maybe late, but the spell will be permanent on the next morning. Bye. I'm confused, obviously. Fate be changed. Well, yeah, my mother has changed into a bear, which means my fate has changed, definitely. Look inside. Inside what? Mend the bond, torn by pride. Okay, I admit I'm a bit proud by disagreeing my family tradition, such as this matchmaking from my parents. But what bond did it torn? Did it torn any... Oh, I remember something. That night, before escaping from the castle, I managed to torn the family tapestries shown by my mother. So we only have to mend it to break the spell, right? Thus, without further consideration, we're back to the castle to mend the tapestries. Unfortunately, when we were taking the tapestries from the wall, we caught red-handed by my father. And, as expected, he threw his sword against the bear, which is my mother. Reckoning the sun that is about to rise, I prefer to explain it to him later and run away with my mother to a field at the edge of the forest for now. Surely, my father pursued us with anger. After I arrived at the fields, I hastily tucked the tapestries back as neat as I can. But nothing happened. My mother, still a great black bear. I'm frustrated. So do my mother. Is there anything from the sentence I didn't do? Right. Look inside. But inside what? Could it be inside myself? I mean, after minding about past years, since I was little, my mother is always there for me. Either she's busy or not, she's always tried to show me how much she loves me. But now, when she's asking me to do an important hereditary tradition, I blatantly refused it. Realizing that all of this was my fault, I hugged her tightly. Honestly, I felt like a trash. While she wanted me to be a perfect princess all these years, I changed her into an ugly bear as the repayment. Then, the sun was rose. A second before my father could release his arrow, my mother turns back into a human and held me back tightly. After that incident, my mother started to consider what I want and set me to a little bit of freedom. Oh, even she has the same hobbies with me. So I think that's all I can tell you. The moral of my story is 1. Be brave. To face your life, choose your fate, and be yourself. See you in another story. Bye-bye. Okay, thanks to Princess Merida for sharing her story to us. Also, thank you to the attentions from all the viewers of this video. Don't forget to like and follow and sorry for all my mistakes, because perfectness belongs unto Allah and mistakeness belongs to me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.